Hey, Magic friends, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG. We're back again. We're caught up with spoilers, and we're ready to post the spoilers for the first. Thank God that travesty is over. Sorry about the equipment failures. I almost didn't get a chance to even make this one. We lost power apparently. So let's try to see if I can't get this in here before I have more technical difficulties. Love of God. So with that said, let's get into Brothers War. And remember, subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 peeps. I appreciate all the help. So we're gonna start with this little fella here, the Enrekanung der Walder. Oh, sorry, wait a minute. Awaken the Woods. Yeah, that's it. Awaken the giggity. Anyway, 2 green and X sorcery create X 1/1 green forest dry. Add land creature tokens. So yes, this is a mythic. Yes, it should be a mythic. Is everybody gonna play with this? Yes, because they're forest dryad land creature token. You are. This is the epitome of ramp. If these read like I think they do, like this says it's translated correctly, and you can tap these things for mana, oh god. Could you imagine in, let's say Commander, because that's where shenanigans jump off. You make 50 mana or whatever, so you just make 1/1 green forest land creatures, and then you destroy all non-land permanents. Land. And then proceed to turn these sideways and punch someone square in the testicular fortitude. Anyway, this is going to be a great card. I think it's going to be very expensive. And to be honest, for 6 mana, 4/1/1s that ramp you is not the worst thing in the world. I think this is going to they're going to find a way to abuse this. And speaking of the green ramp spells I was looking for, this is definitely it. All right, moving on. Next we have, I'm not even going to try anymore. Persistent Behemoth. So 5 colorless for a 2/7 artifact beast. You may play land cards from your graveyard. Not bad for 5 mana. Unearth for 2 green. That's disgusting. Because it'll let you play a land from your graveyard when you do. Plus a 2/7. I mean, it's not a lot to kill somebody with, but you could definitely sack it for more mana or put it through Altar Dementia. Just saying. Alright, moving on. Next we have the Blade Whip Transmogrant. That is probably not translated right. Anyway, 2 colorless for a artifact creature zombie. It can't block. It's a 3/1. Decent rate. For 2 black and 4, you return it from the graveyard to the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. This ability costs 4 less to activate if an opponent controls 4 or more non-basic lands. This is disgusting. Um, this is going straight into every modern deck because for 2 mana you get a 3/1. If they kill it, you can put it back. You can put a 4/2 out for 2 black because in modern, no one's playing basics. This thing is going to be a powerhouse. Hell, maybe even in Pioneer and stuff. Like, this is going to be a good card. Um, it's just way too cheap not to be. Like, good lord. Yeah, anyway, moving on. Next we have Gnawing Vermin. So for 1 black, you get a 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, target player mills 2 cards. When it dies, target creature you don't control gets -1/-1 to the end of turn. This is just what we need. A giant set full of mill just so we can aggravate everybody. And I'm here to tell you, I'm not past playing mill. Yeah, I'm that guy, and I don't care. You know why? Because someone's got to do it, and someone's got to be that guy. And more often than not, there's going to be 2 of those guys, and they're going to be sitting across from each other doing this all day long. Because if you didn't like it during the previous sets when we had the rogue theme going on, you better buckle up, Buttercup. All right, Wasteful Harvest. 1 green, 2 colorless instant. You mill 5 cards. You may put a permanent card from among those cards milled this way into your hand. Eh. I mean, if the mill card search thing is what you're looking for, this is a good card. It's probably going to be good in Commander. I'm not going to lie. Milling 5 cards in Commander is like nothing. All right, so Evangelion of... I can't. I'm tired. I'm sorry. Anyway, it's a black and a blue for 2/3. Human Cleric. When it enters the battlefield, you draw a card, then discard a card. Not the most terrible thing. As long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn, it gets +1/+0 and has menace. Okay. Um, Okay, not terrible. Probably a limited all-star, might see a little standard play. Take flight. Blue and 3, enchant creature. Creature gets +1/+0, has flying, and whenever this creature attacks, draw a card. If it was 3 mana, I might think standard would play it because those are a lot of good abilities. Um, but probably not. However, in limited, if you ain't playing this, I don't know what you're doing with your life because this is just way too good. Um, yeah, this is way too good. Anyway, moving on. Next we have Gruesome Realization. 2 black and 1. You get to choose one. Draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. Or creatures your opponent controls get -1/-1 to end turn. Pretty good, not gonna lie. Next we have Ambush Paratrooper. A white and 1 for a 1/2 with flash and flying. Interesting. 5 mana. Creatures you control get +1/+1 to end a turn. This is going to be really good and limited. I ain't going to lie. This might be good enough, in all honesty, to be played in standard. A 2 mana 1/2 with flying and flash. That way you can flash them in, fly over their blockers, and kill the planeswalkers, or whatever you need to get done. Like, this may be a thing. It may be. Next we have Draconic Destiny. 2 red and 1 enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +1/+1, has flying and haste. For 1, it has fire breathing, and it's a dragon. Whenever the enchanted creature dies, return Draconic Destiny to owner's hand. This is a real good mythic for limited. Holy cow. Might even be good enough for 1 or 2 of in standard, just for the fact that you can lay something, slap flying and haste on it, and punch someone in the face real hard. But we'll have to wait and see. But I have high hopes. Sorta. Next, Deathbloom Ritualist. Green, black, and 3 for a 3/5 Elf Warlock. Tap it, add X mana of any one color, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Holy cow. Um, so this is a good reason to have a mill deck and mill yourself. Nothing like tapping one creature and generating 12 mana. Um, I mean, 5 mana is really going to slow it down. Commander is probably going to be really good. Not going to lie. This thing's going to find a home even at 5 mana because that's just a real busted ability to make that much mana. Oh my god. Moving on. Junkyard Genius. Black, red, 1 for a 2/2. When he enters the battlefield, create a tapped Power Stone because why shouldn't black, red have mana ramp? For black, red, and 1, you can sacrifice another creature or artifact until the end of turn. Other creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain minutes to end of turn in haste. Oh, so this is what they're gonna do with the whole, the black red deck. So we got rid of Meat Hook Massacre so we could play this instead. The black red aristocrats deck that does the artifact sacrifice thing is definitely gonna play this instead of Meat Hook Massacre, and it's gonna really give that deck legs again. Legs. Anyway, moving on. Next, we have Great Desert Survivor. So for a white and a 4, you get a Human Artificer. It's a 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, create a tap Power Stone token for each other creature you control. That's pretty powerful if you get it to go off like that. But we'll have to wait and see. One thing I'll have to say is all this Power Stone generation means in limited it's going to be really easy to play very expensive stuff. So it might be a different kind of limited format. Platoon Dispensary, 5 colorless for a 4/6 mythic. It's a construct. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more other creatures, you get to draw a card. Seems pretty good. For a white and 3, create a 1/1 colorless artifact soldier creature token. Wow, is this good. And you can unearth it for 2 white and 2. Holy cow. Yeah, this is going to be an all-star in limited. Probably going to be an all-star in standard because this is a card you just lay and just take the game over with if it doesn't die. But let's be honest, everything in standard is going to be playing Disenchant because why the hell wouldn't you in this environment? Anyway, moving on. Next we have the Steel Seraph, 6 colorless for a 5/4. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you choose Flying, Vigilance, or Lifelink. Target creature you control gains that ability. That's really good for 5/4 for 6. This is a card that has Prototype, which means for 2 white and 1, you can get a 3/3 that has the exact same abilities, which is all probably better than the 6 mana to lay the 5/4 version. unless it's late game and you have extra mana laying around. This is going to be a great card for white so that it has some late games. So I think one of the things we're going to start seeing is decks centered around Weenie Fight that later game can lay cards like this with more power so they have better staying power at the end of the game. Very interesting concept. Next, we have a reprint. It is Fauna Shaman. Who would have thought they would remake this thing? Green and 1 for a 2/2. Great card. 1 green tap. Discard a creature card. Search your library for a creature card. Reveal it. Put it into your hand. Limited All-Star. Probably going to take over Standard. Because when it comes to green, there's nothing more powerful than a Fauna Shaman. Man, this is going to be some things and stuff. Wow. Next, we have Gixian Puppeteer, black and 3 for a 4/3. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, each opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. Hey, Commander players, you see that? And when it dies, return another target creature card, mana value 3 or less, from the graveyard to the battlefield. That's even better. This is going to be a powerhouse for not only Commander, but probably some standard shenanigans. Lots of good stuff for 3 that you can lay this and just get a free card back when they kill this card. 2 for 1, I hear, is pretty good. Next we have the Zephyr Sentinel, blue 1 for 2/1 flying and flash. Enters the battlefield, return up to 1 target creature you control to its owner's hands. If it was a soldier, it gets +1/+1 and becomes a 3/2. Not shabby. Union of the Third Path, white and 2 instant, draw a card. Then you gain life equal to the number of cards in your hand. I probably will. We've seen better. Let's just leave it at that. All right, moving on. Next we have Alloy Animist. 1 green for a 1/1. For a green and 2, you get until end of turn, target non-creature artifact you control becomes a 4/4 artifact creature. This is going to be huge and limited and probably going to be an all-star in standard. That's just way too good of an ability when you have such an artifact-rich environment that does all the things. Because now you can lay things like Ichor Wellspring that lets you draw a card when it comes into play, and then make it a creature so that it will die so you can draw another card. I see it happening already. This is going to be a pretty good and well-played uncommon. Alright, so with that said, guys, that's all the spoilers we have for today. Thanks a lot for watching. I do appreciate it. Don't forget, going to 1,000 subscribers, please sub up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comments down below, feeds the YouTube algorithm. If you've already subbed up, thank you very much. If you haven't, now's a good time. And links in the description to the eBay store, Patreon, and my email if you just want to say hey. So, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Till next time, be kind. And as always, I hope to see you across from the game table.